Hello, welcome again to my video series. My name is Tim at How Do I Do This 01. You can find me on Yahoo Messenger, or you can email me at that same email address on yahoo.com. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to try and cover a few things today. One of the things that we're going to cover in detail is going to be taking command of your computer. A lot of people don't understand the term GUI. What is GUI and how does it affect me, and what exactly am I doing with GUI? Okay, to make it as quick and painless as possible, let's get right into it. Basically, GUI is Graphics User Interface. Basically, you've been sold a bill of goods. You look at your computer, it doesn't matter what brand it is, it's all the same. It's got a monitor, it's got a box, it's got speakers, it's got a printer attached to it. It's a box. It's a monitor. Nothing more, nothing special. You're paying for the brand, that's good. Some brands are higher quality as far as the hardware is concerned, but it all boils down to it's a box, it's a monitor, it's a set of speakers. Nothing more, nothing less. If you want to go out and buy a brand, that's great. My suggestion would be find a good warranty package with the purchase of your computers. Anyway, moving on. What I'm going to cover today is about taking command. A lot of people see your keyboard and they look at this mysterious box. Well, it got an auspicious beginning. Back in the day before Windows, it had DOS, and DOS is basically a program. Windows is a program. Windows incorporates a quote-unquote GUI technology, graphics user interface. You take your mouse, you point at it, you click on it, it causes a set of instructions to make your computer do what you want it to do. Before they had that, you had to have some form of interface, the keyboard. Okay, now if you look down on your keyboard, at the bottom of your keyboard on both left and right hand sides, you'll see your control button, your funky looking Windows icon there in the button, and the Alt button. Okay, the Windows button, which in Windows 7 they've now finally gotten around to putting just the logo up on your screen, which is the little logo down here on the button. This is your command button. The command button is actually the start of Windows. Now, if you don't believe me, press the button and this is what you get, the start button. Start menu drops down, bam, push it again, it disappears. Not to put too much time onto this, but basically this is the focal point for how you get Windows to work if you don't have a mouse. You do not need a mouse to make your computers work. What you do need is an understanding of the keyboard, the buttons on the keyboard, and how they're going to interact with the operating system. For example, if I push the command button along with the pause break button, everybody has had to call up for tech support or needs information about their computer. If you push your command button and the pause break button, this is what you get. This is Vista in Windows XP, Windows 98, Windows 95. The look is going to be different. Remember, I mentioned GUI interface, graphics user interface. They changed the look. The windows that open up, they look different, but they all have the same function. Okay, device manager. They moved it from Windows XP, so now you have this. Okay, it's no different, hasn't changed. It gives you a list of all of the hardware on your computer. It goes through your CD-ROMs, it goes through your hard drives, it goes through your hard drive controllers, it goes into your cameras, it goes into your modems, your network cards, what have you. All of these things are pieces of hardware. That's what your device manager is for. If you need information about something on your computer that's hardware related, this is where you go to find it. Okay, now let's move on. In this case, remote settings, system protection, and advanced system settings. We're going to jump right here into advanced system settings, because advanced system settings in Windows XP is what you're going to see. You're going to see system properties, and basically that's the window when you push the command or the the command button and your pause break button, you're going to get a window like this with tabs. Each of these tabs is going to have a function or a drop down, and each one is going to get you to another particular set of submenus and or GUI interface options. Okay, click on the Advanced tab here, and you notice down here on the left you've got Performance. Well, guess what? Under Advanced tab you have Performance. Same button, just a different way to get there. Okay, let's click on Performance. Okay, this is what you get under Performance. This is going to tell you how your computer stands up and what information is important about your computer as far as information about the operating system. In this case, your advanced features also give you the option to make your computer run faster. Now, I'm not one to jump in and say, well, get rid of all your bells and whistles, doodads, and widgets. However, there's something to be said for a computer that isn't lugged down and slowing and running like a snail just because you want to have a pretty graphics. Having pretty graphics is great, but the trade-off is every single time you lose speed. Okay. Personally, when I get on the computer, I don't really care that much about how pretty it is. I want the thing to work. I want it to work quickly and get what I need to get done and get back off my computer. As much as I like the pretty bells and whistles and widgets, it doesn't help me get my job done. Okay, now you can see here I've clicked on Performance Options. I always set mine to Best Performance, which means, if you'll notice, my Vista screen looks like Windows XP. When you turn this off and go to Best Appearance, you can obviously see it's going to change here. Take a few seconds here because it's one of those things Windows has to activate all these little doodads, widgets, bells and whistles, and it's slowing the computer down. Now, I'm not one to rag on how unimportant speed is or what your particular needs or desires are for your computer. However, I personally don't want my computer running so slow that I have to go take a coffee break, because I started working on computers back before Windows even came out, and I used to have to take a coffee break waiting for my computer to even start up and function in DOS. So I'm a bit of a purist. I don't really want a lot of bells and whistles and widgets unless I use them all the time. Now you'll notice everything over here changed. You got the pretty graphics, you got everything. Looks just like a normal Windows Vista. However, you also notice it took quite some time to get it there. Now if I flip it back over here, I'm going to increase my speed. Wham! Boy, that didn't take too long at all. It's turning everything back off now, so it's going to take a few seconds for Windows to catch up. But that's how much stuff you have running on your computer that, quite honestly, you don't need most of it. Most people don't use it. You don't have a clue what it's for, what it's doing even in the background. If you don't use it, then you probably don't need it and you don't see it. If you don't really need it, try turning it off, see if it makes a big difference for you. Just keep track of what you're turning on and off so you can turn it back on if you like it, or if it's something that you shouldn't have turned off. In most cases, Windows isn't going to let you turn off anything that's going to be critical to make Windows work, so don't worry about that.